If you find your training boring, you shouldn't be doing it. Full stop. And I don't just mean because it's hard to be consistent with something that you don't enjoy doing. I don't just mean because it's no fun. I mean that you won't progress as quickly if you aren't engaged with what you're doing. Unfortunately, a lot of people think of working out as being terribly boring by definition. Perhaps you're picturing standing on the spot curling something, or doing a regular squat for the 1000th time this year. I mean, yeah, that's pretty meh. But training should not be boring. Training is the most action most of us will get in our day-to-day lives. It should be challenging and adrenaline pumping. Moreover, if your training is dull and boring, then you aren't going to get the most from it. That's because, as Andrew Huberman often explains, attention is the key to plasticity. Our brains are wired to learn from events that we deem important. Without attention, none of the important chemicals that are supposed to stimulate neuroplasticity will be produced. So just why is your training boring, and what can you do about it? Simple. We train like an action hero. Three sets of 10 is 30 repetitions of the precise same movement. Doing anything 30 times is pretty boring. When training for cardio or conditioning, we need even longer sets, and that can be even more mind-numbing. But here's the thing, you don't need to be doing 3 sets of anything. You can easily get by performing just a single set of an exercise and still have it be highly valuable. Now I know that some people are already thinking, studies suggest that performing 3 sets of an exercise is superior to performing 1 or 2. That way you get more volume, but not enough to cause excessive fatigue. But here's the problem with studies. They tend to look at black and white scenarios. 3 sets versus 2 sets with all else being equal. They don't necessarily look at the way that we can mitigate against the drawbacks of one method or another. They don't always consider that there are third options out there. The reason you don't need 3 sets is that you can get the same results by carefully selecting exercises that offer similar benefits, by choosing exercises that have overlap. So for example, rather than performing 3 sets of bicep curls, you could instead perform 1 set of bicep curls, 1 set of bodyweight curls, and 1 set of hands-only rope climbs. Each of these will slightly alter the angle of resistance and the position of your hand and grip. However, they're similar enough that they will still offer compounding benefits. This way, you're also strengthening a wider number of movement patterns. You'll be getting additional benefits such as grip strength and core strength, and you'll be making your workouts far more interesting. There are still arguments for performing the precise same movement if your only interest is in growth, and if you want to truly isolate and fatigue a specific muscle group. Likewise, if you're trying to learn a specific technique, then there's not much better than rote repetition. But for most of us looking to just look and feel a little bit stronger while also becoming more functional and more mobile, 1 set of 3 similar exercises is perfect, it's superior even. Or if you want to sit on the fence, then you can perform 2 sets of exercises instead, and that's pretty much what I do most of the time. And it's not just the movement itself that you can vary, it's also the difficulty, the tempo, and the structure. For example, even when I do multiple sets of a single exercise, I'll often mix it up with a drop set, or I'll include an isometric hold at the end. Perhaps one set is fast and heavy, the other is slow and light. There's lots of ways to mix things up. Of those 3 bicep exercise examples I just gave, the rope climb is probably standing out as potentially the most exciting for most people. But why is that? What makes that more interesting? Well, firstly, the rope climb uses far more of the body and far more complex movement patterns. So you're going to be moving hand over hand, bracing your core and engaging your grip. Then there's the slight element of risk. Get this wrong and you could fall off the rope onto your ass. And because you're swinging around as you're climbing, you'll also activate the vestibular system. All this signals to the brain that something interesting is going on, and it forces you to pay attention. And because each movement is slightly different, owing to the way the rope moves and your body swings, you need to pay attention each time. Another way to put this is that the activity is stimulus rich. Compare this to simply standing in place, curling dumbbells, and the difference is stark. You can literally curl dumbbells with your eyes closed. There's not much to teach here or to learn. So when you're training, try to involve more of your body, more of your senses, and ideally, your brain. We are most engaged when we're learning. We tend to think of learning as dull also, but actually, learning is the very definition of fun. Hear me out here, computer games hold our attention so well because they're a form of learning. It's through trial and error that you learn to jump over that piranha plant and not into it. The sound effects and colourful graphics simply reinforce this learning process, but if the game's too easy, it suddenly becomes no fun. Take away the challenge, take away the sensory stimulation, you're basically left with a boring beep test. So now try and apply those same principles to your training. whether that means giving yourself challenges to complete, playing music, combining exercises into longer flows or hybrid exercises, or just training with more varied tools and locations. This is a reason that calisthenics can be so effective. The handstand push-up isn't just a strength move, it's also a skill that needs to be learned. So is the squat, of course. But the problem comes when all you do is squat with more and more weight without introducing any new variables or wrinkles to increase the challenge and to get the brain involved. Another option is to go somewhere entirely new whilst you're training, and this adds further stimulation and interest. So I've spoken in a few videos about the power of training outdoors and in natural environments. Simply doing the same exercises in the woods will introduce new variables, uneven terrain, wind, mud, and it will flood your senses with interesting things to look at. Now you may find that you need to lighten the weights you use in this scenario, and you might find that you don't get as strong as quickly as you otherwise would, but the result is that your training is no longer boring, and you'll also be building a more robust set of movement patterns and strengthening yourself at slightly different angles. This is more similar to the kind of farmer strength, the real world strength. I do recommend that you first learn the movement in a controlled environment, but you can then take it outside to effectively field test it to see how it works in the real world. You've got your basic movements down, now how does this hold up in a real chaotic environment? And this way we can also introduce more context. So for example, instead of deadlifting, if you move a pile of rocks from one side to the other, not only is this a more complex and varied movement, we can now also more immediately see the benefits of what you're doing and how it might apply to the real world. Therefore, it becomes more interesting. And finally, think about what you're doing and why you're doing it. A lot of people train just to look good, and then they wonder why their workouts are boring. Looking good doesn't require much movement. But if you train to be an action hero, then things get interesting. Training to jump higher means your workouts will naturally need to involve explosive leaping. If you train to be faster, you'll be moving quickly. If you train for complex skills, you'll be balancing and juggling and doing complex things. Variety is the spice of life, so by training cross-modally, you get to experience all these things at once. By training like an action hero, you get to experience some action. And speaking of which, if you're looking for training that's more about action and being able to do cool stuff, then you might enjoy my ebook and training program, my new ebook and training program, Super Functional Training 2.0, the Protean Performance System. That just launched, there's a launch discount on right now. However, not only do you get an ebook this time, a brand new 80+ page ebook, and a training program as before, a new training program that's more efficient and streamlined and easier to apply to literally anyone. You also this time get 2 hours of video tutorial, which is available through a learning platform, which is now part of the Bioneer website. This will show you how to perform every single movement, it'll tell you what the benefits are, so you can follow along and know exactly what you need to do, or so that you can apply those principles to your own training. It takes everything I've learned since the last book was launched, and it just takes an even deeper dive into human performance and some of the more interesting, and as a printable version, and you can print out the programs as well to follow, and the programs are suitable for people of any level, can be performed anywhere with very minimal equipment. All you're going to actually need are dumbbells and a pull-up bar. Anything else can be swapped out or skipped over entirely, and I give plenty of variations and alternative exercises to basically suit every goal and every situation. It is the closest thing to the way I train, and I can genuinely say that it's massively improved my performance and the way I feel on a day-to-day basis, so I really hope you guys benefit from it and enjoy it too. Sorry for the long plug, but I'm really excited about this. I've been working on it for over a year. You might have seen the awesome trailer that Grant made for me, so yeah, check it out if you're interested. I'll put a link in the description down below, and thank you so much. But either way, I just want to thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and share it around. That helps me out immensely. Comment down below and let me know how you make your training more interesting and exciting. And stay tuned for more like this. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.